Hi, today I'll be showing you how to make a table in ServiceNow. So let's jump right in. We'll start with the all item on the menu. So the way to access table is you go to the system definition module and then look for tables. So you click tables. Another way to access the system definition module first is by typing tables, and then you look for tables under systems definition. After that, we click on new, then we create the label for our table. Let's call it vehicle. We are trying to create a table that defines properties of a vehicle. We could also extend existing tables if we want, but in this video we will just be creating a new table. We would also be adding this table to the menu that is here. It's going to show up here after we create our table, and what determines that is these two menu: create module and create mobile module. If we wanted to add this table to an existing menu item, we could choose from this menu, but we will leave it as default in order to add it as a top level module. Next, we create the columns, that is the fields of our table. That is the field. So let's start with name. Then we move on to the type. We make it a string. String is basically a letter. That's a sentence, a word, or one character. That's what string is. So reference means maybe we want to reference another field on another table or another column on another table, but we won't be doing that in this video. Max length determines the length of the string. Default value is the value that shows up when this field is empty in a record. Display is used to show this column or this field in a table when it's being referenced, or in another part of the app when you reference it. Instead of showing the sys_id, it shows whatever is set to true, whatever columns are set to true. But we'll be leaving it as false for this video. Next, let's choose color. Let's also make this string. Let's choose vehicle ID. Let's make it an integer. An integer is basically 1 to 10 numbers, whole numbers, 1 to 10. And let's choose a boolean. Let's make it damaged, which means is either it is true or false. So we check the controls. We can make the table extensible, but we won't be doing that. To do that, you click this checkbox. You can make it accessible through live feed, but we won't do that. Add auto number, when we do that, we will leave the access control as this. What this means is anyone that has this role has access to this table. Currently, only admin can access this table, and those that have this user role. Also check the application access. That is the applications that can access this. So all applications can read from this table. And you can allow web services to call this table. So that is all. You submit, and that's it. To check if your table has been created, there are two ways. We are back at the tables module. So we click label, we search for vehicle, because that's the name of our table. As you can see, yep, this is our table. Also see the name, updated quite recently. So we click this, as you can see, yep, this is our table we just created. So yep, see the information. You can also access the table since we added it to the module. You can also access it from the menu like this. You can choose to add new records to it. Let's call it Toyota. Vehicle ID can be 06. You can see it's damaged. You can see red, and submit. And that's how you create a table in ServiceNow.